I held the veil in my hands. The cloth was soft, white, and heavy. Alina was supposed to wear it, not me. Where is she? Ami whispered. Her face was pale, her eyes wide. She was here 10 minutes ago. I looked around the dressing room. Her shoes stood neatly under the chair. Her phone was gone. A folded paper lay on the mirror. My name was on it, Zara. My heart sank. I opened it with shaking hands. The words were short, almost cold. I can't do this. Don't follow me. My throat closed. She left, I said slowly. The veil almost fell from my hand. Ami gasped. No, she wouldn't. She knows. She stopped, biting her lip hard. Aunt Tabassum entered quickly. Her gold bangles clinked. Her eyes scanned us like knives. What happened? She demanded. I handed her the letter. She read it once, her lips tight. Coward girl, she hissed. We have guests waiting. Honor must stand today, Ami, I whispered. What about Abu? Her eyes filled with sudden tears. The hospital bill, she said. The money comes only if this wedding happens. I felt dizzy. The room spun like a wheel. She left me to fix it, I thought. Ami grabbed my wrist. You must do it, Zara, for your father. For all of us. My chest hurt. I am not ready, I said. I am not her. Aunt Tabassum leaned close. Listen, girl. You want your father alive? You want food in this house? Then wear that dress. Go now! Her words cut like fire. I looked at the veil again. It was no longer white. It was heavy with shame. I whispered, if I go, I will lie. Ami held my face. Sometimes lies save lives. Her hands trembled. She pressed the veil onto my head. The cloth smelled of perfume and fear. I closed my eyes. Rain hit the window hard. Each drop sounded like a clock. Zara, Ami begged, be strong. You are quiet, but you have courage. Your sister never had that. I bit my lip. I wanted to scream, but no sound came. I heard Abu's cough in my memory. The hospital room. The smell of medicine. I saw his eyes begging for help. Fine, I said. The word burned my tongue. I will go, Ami sobbed once. Aunt Tabassum nodded sharply. Good, now hurry. Guests grow restless. I put on Alina's dress. The fabric scratched my skin. I felt trapped inside a cage of silk. Voices echoed outside the door. Drums started. Laughter. Music. The world was celebrating while my heart died. I looked into the mirror. The bride in the glass was me, but she was not me. She was someone's shadow. I held the ring box in my hand. It was small, simple, and cold. The circle of gold looked like a trap. I whispered to myself, this is not love. This is debt. But I will do it. For Abu, for Ami, for family. The door opened. 2 women entered to guide me. Their smiles were painted, not real. Ready, Zara? One asked. Her voice was sweet but empty. I nodded slowly. My throat was dry, my hands numb. I walked out with small steps. The veil covered my tears. The hallway smelled of roses and rain. Each step felt like walking into fire. At the end of the hall, the world waited. Music grew louder. Guests clapped and cheered. Inside me, silence screamed. I was the bride he ordered, but I was not the sister he wanted. I crossed the threshold. The door shut behind me. There was no way back. The chandelier above my head looked like frozen rain. I stood under it, shaking inside my wedding dress. Rayyan's eyes were sharp, cold. He said, your family told me you agreed. I nodded. I did. He placed the paper on the table. Not vows, a contract. He tapped the page. Sign here. My hand shook. I signed my name. He signed too, quick and quiet. Then he opened a small box. The silver ring lay inside, cold light. He slid it on my finger. It felt like a key in the wrong lock. I whispered, it's done. He said, yes, it is done. We walked out. Cameras flashed. My smile was thin, like glass. I held my breath until we reached the car. The driver waited by the door. Rayyan said, this is Yusuf. Yusuf nodded once. His eyes were kind. I stepped inside. The city lights blurred past. My phone buzzed in my hand. Farid's name lit up the screen. I picked up. His voice rushed. Zara, listen. We'll fix it. Don't cry. I'm not crying, I said. You should not be there, he said. I had no choice. He was silent for a long second. Stay alive, Zara, he said, then cut the call. I stared at the glass window. Rain fell, thick and heavy. I pressed my hand to the ring. My chest felt tight, but no tears came. Ryan finally spoke. "You don't cry easily." I looked at him. "Crying doesn't help," I said. He nodded once, eyes still cold. The car stopped in front of a tall mansion. Black gates opened, slow and heavy. I stepped out. The air smelled of wet flowers. At the front door, a woman waited. She wore a dark red dress. Her perfume hit me like smoke. She smiled, sharp as a knife. "Congratulations," she said. Rayon's voice was flat. "Mira." My stomach turned. Her eyes ran over me, slow and cruel. "You are the sister," she said softly. Her smile grew wider. "Yes," I said. My voice almost broke. She leaned close. Her whisper cut deep. "Enjoy the ice palace. It melts for no one." I clenched my hands. I whispered back, "We will see." Her laugh rang in my ears as I walked inside. The mansion was wide, marble shining under the lights. Every wall felt too tall. Every room smelled of distance. Rayan walked ahead without looking back. I followed, my shoes echoing. The silence pressed hard on my chest. He said, "Your room is upstairs." "The last door?" I asked. "Not your room?" He did not turn. "We are strangers. Strangers need space." I stopped halfway up the stairs. His words burned. But I said nothing. At the top, I found the door. I pushed it open. The bed was huge, white sheets, smooth. I sat down slowly. I took the ring off, held it in my palm. I whispered to myself, "I will survive this night. I will not break." The rain outside kept falling. The ice in my chest stayed cold. The mansion looked big, but I felt small inside it. The walls were white and cold. The windows stayed closed, like they feared the air outside. I slept in a guest room, not in the bridal room. The bed was wide, but I kept to one side. My heart did not sleep at all. At breakfast, I sat with Rayan. He read papers, not me. He said, "We have meetings at 10. Lunch at 1. Dinner at 7, I asked. "And us?" He did not look up. "Schedules matter. Feelings don't build a company." The door opened. Mira walked in, red dress, loud heels. She smiled too much. "Good morning, bride," she said. I forced a smile. "Good morning. You eat here now?" she asked. "Yes." Her eyes moved over me like I was an exam. Rayan said, "She eats where she wants." Mira laughed. How sweet. A marriage built on freedom. I wanted to scream, but I said nothing. Later, I called the hospital. "Nurse Seema, how is Abu?" She said, "He is stable, but the bill grows." "You need money fast," I whispered. "I will find it. Please take care of him." She said, "I always do. But don't carry this alone. Courage helps more than fear." Her words felt like warm hands on my chest. That afternoon, a courier came to the mansion. He gave me a thin envelope, no name. My hands shook as I opened it. One line inside, "Your sister owes me. Pay or lose everything." My stomach dropped. I hid the letter under my pillow. At dinner, Rayan asked, "Why do your hands shake?" "Too much tea," I said. He looked closer. "Too many secrets." I swallowed hard. "Do you have none?" His eyes cut sharp. "Secrets are for people who play games. I don't play." That night I could not sleep. I heard his voice outside, low, firm. I opened my door and walked into the hall. The balcony light glowed. He said into his phone, "I will not be played again." "Never again," my heart pounded. I stepped closer. "Maybe we are both being played." He turned fast, eyes wide. The phone dropped silent at his side. I pushed the door hard. "Farid, where are you?" He jumped from the sofa, eyes wide. "Why you shout?" he said. I moved close. "Tell me the truth." He looked away. "Which truth?" "The money," I said. "You took it, right?" He rubbed his neck. "I only borrowed." "From who?" I asked. My voice shook. He whispered, "A man who knows Alina." I froze. "Why her name?" He said she can pay. She promised. "She promised?" "When?" I asked. "Last month." She said she'd fix it. My anger burned. "You fool." "You risked us." He stepped back. I had no choice. "You always say that," I said. He shouted, "I needed money. The debt was fire." I slapped the table. "You sold us for fire." Farid's face twisted. "You think you better?" I turned away. My hands shook. I ran to the kitchen. Ami sat there. Her hands worked dough. She did not look up. "Ami," I said, "what deal did you make?" Her fingers stopped. She sighed. "Zara, not now," she said. "Now," I pressed. "Tell me." She closed her eyes. Fine, I tell. My chest hurt. She whispered, "The Halim Foundation offered money." "For what?" I asked. "For Abu's operation," she said. "And the price?" I asked. Her lips trembled. "Alina's marriage to Rayyan," I gasped. "So this was never love?" She shook her head. "It was survival." My stomach turned. "And when she ran?" Ami's voice cracked. "I begged them." "I begged for you." I staggered back. "So I am a replacement." "You are my daughter," she said. "No," I said. "I am your bargain." Her eyes filled with water. "I saved us." "Saved?" I shouted. "You buried me in shame." The room spun. I ran up the stairs. Tears blinded me. My body felt heavy. I sat on the step shaking. A shadow fell over me. Rayyan stood there silent. I wiped my face. "Go away." He did not move. "You cry loud," he said. I glared. "I cry because I am broken." He leaned on the wall. "You did not trick me." I laughed, bitter. "But I trick myself every hour." He lowered his voice. "Then stop," I whispered. "I cannot." He crouched near me. His hand held a small cup. "Tea," he said. I looked at it. Steam rose. I whispered, "I don't need tea." He answered, "No one needs." "But it helps." I took the cup. Warmth touched my hands. Silence filled the stairs. He said softly, "This house is not easy." I sipped. "Nor is my life." He looked at me long. "You are stronger than you think." I shook my head. "Strong people do not break like this." He said, "Strong people always break." Then they stand again. I stared at the wall. My heart beat slow. I asked, "Why do you care?" He stood up. "I don't, but I respect." I almost smiled. "Respect is close to care." He said nothing. He just walked away. I held the tea. It was not comfort, but it was enough for tonight. I thought of Abu in the hospital. Machines, nurses, and bills like mountains. I thought of Ami's deal. Her shame sat heavy on my chest. I thought of Farid's debt, of Alina's promise. Secrets twisted like snakes in our house. I whispered, "This marriage wears debt like clothes." The words hung in the air. I drank the last sip. It burned, but I stayed still. I told myself, tomorrow I fight again. Tonight I only breathe. I woke up to the sound of my phone. I touched the screen and saw my face. Headlines screamed, "The wrong bride." I froze. My breath stopped in my chest. "Ami, did you see this?" I asked. She sighed. "Yes, Zara. Don't open more." "But they use my picture," I said. Her voice cracked. "It will pass." "Stay calm," I whispered. "Calm?" "My life is burning." She went silent. I stared at the wall. The photos looked stolen, my eyes blank. I felt shame like heavy water inside. The door opened. Mira walked in. Her perfume spread before her words did. She sat on the sofa, crossing her legs. "Well, darling, welcome to free publicity," she said. I glared. "You leaked this, didn't you?" She smiled like ice. "I controlled it." "You call this control?" "It's ruin," I snapped. "No," she replied. "It's a story that sells." I clenched my fists. "I am not news." Mira tilted her head. "You are now. The world loves drama, Zara. You give it. I give them hope. Charity, romance, twist. Perfect." My mouth felt dry. "You made me weak." She leaned closer. "I made you visible." Her eyes shone sharp. "Survive or vanish. Choose." I wanted to scream, but I stayed quiet. The sound of rain filled the tense air. Mira rose, fixing her jacket. "Smile tomorrow. Your face will buy sympathy. Use it." Then she walked out, heels striking like hammers. I sank back, whispering, "Use me like paper." My phone buzzed again, this time from Yusuf. "Madam, I need to see you," he said. His voice was soft but urgent. "Come now," I replied. "I can't breathe here." We met near the garage where lights flickered. He held a small black notebook in hand. "I found this under the car seat," he said. My chest tightened. "Whose is it?" He looked down. "It's your sister's." I grabbed the book. My fingers shook. On the pages I saw numbers, dates, lines, and one name circled again and again. AA, I whispered. "What does it mean?" Yusuf said, "Debt, money, maybe danger." My eyes burned. "She wrote this before leaving?" "Yes," he nodded. "She hid it. Careless." I clutched the notebook. My breath came fast. "Thank you, Yusuf. You always help me." He bowed his head. "I only drive, but I see." I walked back inside, but the house felt cold. the notebook pressed against my chest like truth. I couldn't rest. My heart kept racing. I went to the hospital at night. Abu lay weak, machines humming like sad birds. Nurse Seema gave me a tired smile. "Your father is stable." "But bills," she whispered. "I know," I said. "I will pay somehow." She leaned closer. "A woman came here." My eyes widened. "Who?" "She left a letter in his drawer," Seema said. I rushed to the cabinet and pulled it out. The paper trembled in my hands. I read, "Forgive me, Baba. I must run before the wedding." Someone bought my silence. My throat closed. I couldn't breathe. I felt my knees bend toward the floor. Tears blurred the letters. "Bought my silence," I whispered. "Alina, what did you do?" Seema touched my shoulder gently. She looked scared. "Maybe forced," she said. I nodded, though my heart was breaking. I folded the letter and pressed it tight. My voice shook. "Thank you." I needed truth. Outside, rain poured like punishment. I walked slowly, every step heavy. The notebook in one hand, the letter in the other. The night was dark, but my mind darker. I lifted my head to the sky. "I will find who paid you," I whispered. "My blood, my sister, my shame, no more." The rain covered my tears, but inside I was already fire. I walked into the office like a shadow. Yusuf nodded at me near the door. "Go now," he said. "I will distract." My heart beat like a drum in my chest. I moved to Rayyan's private floor. The glass walls looked like frozen water. I whispered, "Please, God, give me courage." I slid a flash drive into the system. The screen showed many files and letters. I typed AA in the search bar. One folder appeared locked with a password. I guessed birthdays, names, numbers. Nothing worked. Then I saw a sticky note nearby. It had HOPE written in small print. I typed HOPE and the lock opened. Inside were contracts, emails, and money logs. I read an email. It froze my blood. "Hassan Afak will pay the bride." Another line. "Farid agrees to deliver silence." My cousin's name cut me like a knife. I whispered, "Farid, how could you?" I copied the files onto my flash drive. Steps echoed in the hall like rain. Yusuf appeared and whispered, "Time to go." We left fast, hearts burning with danger. In the car, I hid the flash drive. "Did you find truth?" Yusuf asked quietly. "Yes," I said. "But it hurts." That night, I waited in the mansion. The ring on my hand felt heavy. Rayyan walked in, coat still on. His eyes looked tired, like broken glass. "I need to talk," I said softly. He sat across from me, silent, waiting. I put the flash drive on the table. "Your enemy paid my sister to run." Rayyan's jaw tightened. "Whose name?" "Hassan Afak," I said. My voice shook. "And Farid helped," I added. My stomach turned. Rayyan stared like I had moved the moon. "Why help me?" he asked slowly. "Because if you fall, my family falls too." I thought of Abu in the hospital. I thought of debts and shame on Ami's face. Rayyan leaned back and closed his eyes. "Farid is your cousin," he said carefully. "Yes," I whispered. "But betrayal has no blood." Silence filled the room like heavy smoke. He opened his eyes again, sharper now. "Then we fight," he said. His voice carried both fire and control. I felt my chest rise with new breath. "How?" I asked. "He has money, power." Rayyan said, "We use light, not shadow." He looked at the files again and nodded. "In 3 nights there is a charity gala." My hands trembled. "You want me there?" "Yes," he said. "You will speak. Your sister's story, the truth, their game. It will cut them, but it will free us." I thought of Alina's face in my memory. Her smile, her escape, her broken promise. I thought of my cousin Farid, so weak. I said, "Truth cuts me too." Rayyan met my eyes. "It cuts both. But silence will kill you slowly, Zara." I looked down at my hands and nodded. The tea on the table grew cold. A sound came from the hall. The door moved slightly, then stopped. I stood and pulled it open fast. Mira leaned there, arms crossed, calm eyes. "How much did you hear?" I asked. "Enough," she said. Her smile was thin. She stepped inside and closed the door. "You want war with Hassan Afak?" Rayyan said, "We want truth." Mira laughed softly. "Truth burns houses," I said, "but lies burn people." Her eyes locked on mine, testing me. "You are not the bride he ordered," she said. Her words hit me like cold water. I swallowed and stood tall anyway. "But I am the bride who stayed." Mira raised one brow, then nodded. Careful, she said. Truth cuts both of you. Her heels clicked as she left the room. Silence filled the space like broken glass. Rayyan looked at me again, steady. 3 nights, he said. Be ready, I whispered. Yes, I will not hide. And for the first time, I believed myself. I wore Alina's silver dress. It felt cold on my skin like a borrowed mask. The car stopped in front of the hall, lights flashing everywhere. Cameras screamed my name, though many still whispered. Wrong bride, Mira leaned close. Smile, show courage. Don't fall, I forced a smile. Easy for you to say. This is not your skin, she laughed. Skin or mask, people only see glass and gold. Inside, the chandeliers burned. Guests moved like waves. I held my bag tight, my secret letter inside. Rayyan stood near the stage, tall, silent. His eyes touched me for one moment, then moved away. Farid came near, face pale. Zara, don't speak, please, I will fix this. I whispered, fix what? Your debt or my life? He grabbed my hand. Just stay quiet tonight, I pulled back. No, tonight I speak. The music slowed. Rayyan raised his hand. Welcome to our charity gala, Mira whispered. Go to the mic, now. My heart ran faster than my feet. Still I walked. My voice shook, but I spoke. I am Zara Halim. Tonight is about money, promise, courage. But first truth, gasp spread. Asana Fak smiled from the front table, his tux shining like poison. I lifted the paper. This is a letter. It shows payments to AQ. Why would someone pay a bride to run? People whispered, Asan, Alina, what is this? Farid shouted, she lies! He moved toward the exit. Stop him, Rayyan said. Yusuf caught Farid's arm. Not tonight, cousin, Asan clapped slowly. So dramatic. You think words can hurt me? I looked straight at him. Words are fire when they hold truth, he laughed. Your sister took the money, not me. I only played the game. Rayyan pressed a button. The speakers cracked. A voice filled the hall. It was Asan's voice. Let him marry a ghost. Destroy his name. Make him crawl. The room froze. Every face turned toward him. Asan stood, face hard. This is fake, Rayyan said calmly. No, this is your call from last month. The crowd gasped again. A woman whispered, Shame, what a shame. Farid cried, He forced me. I had no choice, I shouted back. We all have choice. I am not a ghost. I am a choice, my voice rang against glass. For a moment, silence cut the air. Then reporters rushed, cameras flashing. Mira leaned close again. Perfect. You just broke the room, I whispered. I only broke my fear. Rayyan stepped beside me. His hand almost touched mine, but stopped in the air. His voice was low. You did more than survive. You turned fire on them. I looked at the ceiling. The glass lights shook as if they knew. Something inside me shifted. For the first time, I was not running. I was standing. The rain followed me to the bridge. I saw her there. Alina stood under the weak light. Her dress was wet, her eyes red. Zara, she said. Her voice broke. You came. I came because you called, I said. My hands shook, but I stayed. The water below was black, moving slow, like it waited for us. Alina stepped closer. I was scared, she whispered. He promised to help. He said he would pay Abu's debt. I had no choice. You always had a choice, I said. You left me to drown. Her tears ran with the rain. It was Asan. He said if I married Rayyan, the debt would stay. If I ran, he would clear it. I believed him. I believed his money could save us. I shook my head. And what about me? What about family? You left me to carry the shame. She grabbed my arm. I never wanted this for you. I thought you would be free. I thought you would live your life, not mine. You thought wrong, I said. My voice cut like glass. I lived your lie. I signed your promise. I wore your ring. Her body shook. Please, Zara. Say nothing. Tell Rayyan I was lost. Tell him I was weak. Tell him I was sorry, just don't tell the full truth. I pulled my arm back. You beg me to lie again? I cannot. I chose hope when I said yes that day. I choose truth now. Truth is the only bridge I have left. Alina cried louder. If I go back, they will hate me. If I speak, they will spit at me. Ami will never forgive me. Maybe, I said, but hiding will kill you. Lies eat the heart. Shame grows like fire. You must face them. She dropped to her knees on the wet stone. Help me. Please, Zara. I cannot do this alone. I took out a card from my pocket. This is Nurse Seema's number. She can help. Go to her tomorrow. Speak in the light, not in the dark. She looked up at me. You still help me? After all this? I nodded. I will not leave you, but I will not lie for you. Her lips moved, but no sound came. She held the card like it was gold. Then she rose slowly. She turned, her steps heavy. Will you ever forgive me? She asked without facing me. I looked at the water, black and patient. I don't know. Not tonight. She walked away into the rain. Her shape grew smaller, then vanished into the night. I stayed. I stood on the bridge and let the rain hit my face. My chest felt lighter, like a stone had rolled away. I spoke to the dark river. I am not your shadow anymore, Alina. I am me. I stand in truth. The river gave no answer, but I felt the weight leave my shoulders. I turned back toward the road. My shoes were heavy, but my steps were strong. Tomorrow, I would face Rayan. Tomorrow, I would face Ami. Tomorrow, I would face myself. For the first time, I was not afraid. Morning light broke across the curtains. I read the news on my phone. The headline was clear. Hassan under investigation for fraud. I breathed out, slow and heavy. Farid's name came next. Arrested, handcuffs, pictures online. My cousin looked so small in those photos. I whispered to myself, choices always burn. I called the hospital. Nurse Seema answered. Abu's surgery is tomorrow, she said. Covered? I asked. Yes, she said. Paid in full. Halim Foundation. I closed my eyes. For the first time, the word hospital did not feel like a knife. Later that day, Mira came to the house. She wore black, her voice softer than I ever heard before. You changed him, she said. I looked at her. I changed me, she smiled a little. Then maybe you saved both, I asked. Why help me at the gala? She shrugged. Because he never listened to me. But he listened to you. Her eyes shone, but no tears fell. She touched my arm once, then walked out the door. I went upstairs. The silver dress lay folded in a box. I touched the fabric. It was heavy, like water that never dried. I packed it away. It belonged to Alina, not me. Then I opened my drawer. Inside was the notebook, the one Yusuf found. I kept it. It was my map through lies. I placed it beside the ring. The ring was simple, no diamonds, no fire. Still, it burned my skin on the wedding night. Now it felt warm, almost alive. When evening came, Rayyan entered the room. He leaned against the doorframe, quiet as always. You could leave, he said. I looked at him. You want me to? No, he said, steady. But choice must be yours. I stood up. I am not a contract, he nodded. Then be my partner. Silence filled the space. Not empty silence, full silence, like breath before a leap. You watched me fall, I said. But you did not turn away. And you stood when I was weak, he said. We looked at each other. The air was heavy but calm. I walked to the door. He followed. We both stopped there, on the line between past and future. The hall behind us was shadows. The garden beyond was dark but open. I don't promise forever, I said. I promised choice. His hand reached for mine. I let him take it. The night smelled of rain. I stepped forward.